Well. Man United, Burnley, what a game. What an unbelievable game of football that was. So we absolutely dominated the first half, I thought, and we should have probably been about 3, 4, 5-0 up with all the chances that we had. I know we'd hit the crossbar. Ahmad's had a couple of really good chances, an absolute sitter, one of them. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, we've got a goal. I mean, it was an own goal. And that was 2 goals scored by Man United in 3 games in our 3rd game, and both of them were own goals, which is crazy considering the attack that we've got. We've got a lot of really good attacking players in Mbeumo, Sesko, who wasn't on the bench, but Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Cunha. You've got Josh Sturksey on the bench, and a whole heap of other ones. Ahmad. You know, you'd think we would be able to score a few, and it looked like we were going to. So the signs were, there were some definite positive signs that we were going to do really, really well today. So we go in, take the lead for about half an hour or so. And obviously we let Burnley back into it. And you're like, oh God, here we go again. Old Trafford against Burnley. Burnley are not a great team, to be honest with you. Probably going to be battling relegation by the end of the season, as I think most people. No disrespect to them, but you know they're probably going to go down. Let's be honest. But unbelievable, after 13, maybe 14 seconds of conceding, we go and take the lead again. Dalot, who has been hit or miss really for the last few years. I'm a big Dalot fan actually, but he's not really taken the games, his career by the scruff of the neck and kind of excelled and gone to like a new level. He's just kind of, you know, almost got to the peak of the mountain, just never quite got there. There's still time, I guess, and you know, maybe Amarin can do some wonders with him. But he did great. Set up Mbeumo with a nice tidy finish. Great to see him on the score sheet. 13 seconds after conceding. Obviously, teams are at their most vulnerable, as we know, when they've just scored a goal. Their heads are high. Their confidence is high. They maybe take the foot off the gas a little bit, get a little complacent, still excited from the actual goal. So then we just capitalise after 13, 14 seconds. So fantastic. And then we let them back in again about 10 minutes later. You're like, okay. But honestly, I thought we're going to get a 3rd and maybe even a 4th goal. I think we're going to win this game. But then as time was ticking, you're like, all right, another draw. Played 3, drawn 2, lost 1. 2 games at Old Trafford, 1 point. You're like, goodness me. And then Ahmad with a penalty claim, gets his shirt pulled, which, you know, I mean, I'm a United fan, so I'm going to say it's a penalty all day long, really. But, you know, if I was on the opposing team, I'd be a little bit aggrieved, I would imagine. But, you know, he was being pulled. There was a shirt pull. It started outside the box. It continued inside the box, and he fell down as a result of it. You know, if you're going to get your shirt pulled, the defender doesn't pull his shirt. It's not his. I mean, he's going to have a chance. He might have scored, but if the defender hadn't pulled the shirt, then he wouldn't have been a penalty, guaranteed. But you know, we got the penalty, and cool as a cucumber, Mr. Bruno Fernandes steps up, and there's probably not many people in world football right now who could step up under the amount of pressure that Man United are under the pressure that he, as the captain of Man United, is under. Step up in the 97th minute and put it away, but he did it. Bruno Fernandes gets us the 3 points, and you can see the emotion just draining out of him. I was screaming. Like it was Christmas morning, I tell you. Before we scored the penalty, I'd ran into my daughter's bedroom and dragged her out of bed and said, "Come on, we're about to get a penalty." So she stood there in front of the television and screamed with me. So she's not really a huge red, but trying to make a huge red. And those types of results, that type of crescendo, are going to help the cause. So United till I die. Finally got 3 points. It's looking good. It's going to be our year, right? Nah, that's what the Scousers say.